Before we get to the main focus of this video, that's a camera joke, I wore this sweater a few reviews ago, and now primary interests in my content rank as follows: my cat, this sweater, my wallpapers, my case, my microphone, and then I think I'm in there somewhere for participating. I'm not even a bronze medal. Anyway, if you're interested in this, I have my Amazon influencer store down in the description, and you'll find this as well as a bunch of other cool things in there somewhere. For reference, I'm about 5 feet 9 inches or 175 centimeters tall and about 170 pounds or 77 kilograms. And this is a large. Not me, the sweater. Now, GoPro, meet your Bomaker. Kind of. Bomaker's K8 action camera sports a 14 megapixel sensor and shoots at 4K and 2.7K resolution at 30 FPS, 1080p at 60, and 720p at 120. Or up to 14 megapixel photos with a burst mode supporting 12 megapixel images at up to 30 frames per second. In addition to that, you also get time-lapse and continuous lapse shooting modes in intervals starting at 2 seconds up to 60 seconds apart. What about that glass though? Kate's main focus is ultra-wide, with a nice curve to it, and I'm sure a lot of you are into that kind of thing. It sports a 170-degree field of view and a focus range from 12 centimeters to the and beyond. Not acute for being so cute. That's right, but that isn't. What? Out of the cloth-covered, zipper-bound, hard-carrying case, you get a hysterical amount of mounts and clips, but more on that later. A very good manual that I may have lost. A waterproof housing with a replaceable cover just in case this initial one gets damaged, good for depths of up to 100 feet or 30 meters, a 2.4G remote, two 1050 mAh batteries, a micro USB charger with a wall adapter, and a bunch of straps, tethers, and Velcro if you like it a little kinky. The camera body is pretty solid, and I'm fairly certain it can handle a number of drops. Around the front, you'll find the power button, which doubles as a mode cycle and menu navigation, and a 0.95-inch or 24.13mm OLED screen for displaying battery life, shooting mode, recording status, and recording time. Up top, there's a record button for pictures, video, and menu confirmations. Then on the camera's right, you get a Wi-Fi button that acts as a back function in menus. The bottom holds the battery, and the camera's left has a micro USB port for charging, a mini HDMI port, and a slot for the micro SD card, supporting up to 128 gigabytes. Class 10 is recommended. Finally, on the back, we get a 2-inch or 50.8mm screen for your main navigation and viewfinder. As for the Wi-Fi I mentioned earlier, connecting is pretty easy. Hit the Wi-Fi button on the camera, go to your phone and find Kate under your Wi-Fi list, then connect. Open up the Easy iCam app, compatible with iOS 10 and Android 4.4 and up, tap on the blue Connected button towards the bottom, and you should be ready to go. From here, you can go to the settings up top and change your white balance and frequency. The left button on the bottom allows for you to see files on the camera's memory card and download them to your phone. The big red clown nose is to start recording or snapping photos, and the last one toggles you from photo to video mode. Tapping anywhere else on the screen allows you to zoom in, view battery and white balance settings, and change resolution and shutter delay. You'll notice that 4K and 2.7K are not supported in the application's video mode. 2 less resolutions to worry about for New Year's. Being the proud new owner of an action camera, the first thing I went to do was get some compelling and exhilarating footage of my cat. And then I realized my cat is fat and relatively immobile, and the only action he gets is satisfaction through stuffing his delightfully rotund face. So, let's take a look at some other footage instead. With all settings left to default, aside from the resolution and frame rate, you'll notice that the exposure compensation works fairly well for whatever is in focus, but skies tend to be way overexposed on a sunny day. Darker environments reveal quite a bit of noise. This is fairly consistent between all shooting modes, video or otherwise.
There is no stabilization, and the microphone sounds probably pretty close to what you might expect.
Near, around, or underwater. While that sounds largely critical, it really isn't when you look at the price as a contending factor. At the time of doing this video, Kate comes in at about $73 US. Competing action cameras can be found for similar prices, some of them half the price with a resolution cap of 2.7K, and some of them a bit more expensive with a higher megapixel count. But in any event, these options are meant to bring action cameras to the budget price point. For the features you get, the price tag is pretty compelling, but there is more to it than that. My relationship with Kate does have a few bumps. Firstly, the majority of what Kate brings to the table is for mounting on dashboards or helmets or handlebars, but you don't have any options for head or chest straps unless you get creative with what you're provided. Secondly, while you do get 2 batteries, they're not the best for a long day. Charging time is about 5 hours per battery, and depending on the settings used, you'll get anywhere between an hour or 2 of recording time for each. The menu navigation in general is pretty inconvenient since backing out isn't actually backing up. It closes the menu, and that means if you miss your mark, you'll have to cycle through everything all over again. While this is somewhat remediated by the phone application, that isn't perfect either. 2.7K and 4K resolution recordings are not supported, and if the Wi-Fi connection is cut, recordings stop altogether. Why does Kate cut me off? But aside from all that, it seems like a pretty good entrance or even a stepping stone to the action camera experience. Bomaker is gonna make a pro maker. A pro filmmaker. That'd be you. And so that's all I have to say about that. Like, dislike, comment, subscribe, share, leave me questions if you got them. Thanks for watching. My name is Steven and I am a little dim. Bye-bye. Before we get to the main focus of this video, that's a camera pun. Anyway, if you're interested in this, I have my Amazon GoPro meet your... I forgot the punchline. Or up to 14 megapixels. My mouth got stuck. In addition to that, you also get time-lapse and continuous lapse shooting modes and that's so hard to say. Is my hood on right? Oh, this fucking, god damn it. I'm not fixing that. And I'm fairly certain it can handle a number of drops. Base. Around the front, you'll find the power button, which doubles as a menu cycle and a menu navigation mode cycle, and reading is hard. Around the front, you'll find the power button, which doubles as a mode cycle and menu navigation. Not sure if I said that right. Also, my little Pokemon's glowing. It's early in the morning, sunlight's coming through the crack, and it just happens to be lighting it up really well. I can see it in the viewfinder. It's distracting me there, so I'm sure it's distracting you. Compatible with iOS 10 and Android 4.4. Tapping anywhere else on the screen allows you to zoom in, view battery and white balance. You'll notice that 4K and 2.7K are not matte. And then I realized my cat is fat and relatively immobile. I guess either works. I just don't know which one I want to use.